Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Interview a Lion question and answer session. I believe this is a first for our club. Let me tell you, I for one am very excited. As the British and Irish Lions get ready for the deciding third test, Ripon Rugby Club has been preparing to interview British and Irish Lion number 536, club legend Mr. Peter Squires. Hello sir, how are you doing?
Hello there. Good, thank you.
Good to hear it. So glad that you are doing this for us and letting us grill you like this. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Good.
Okay, good stuff. Right. Okay, so let's get into it then. When I was asked to conduct the interview, I obviously had to do my due diligence. With the help of Google, I found out that you have not only played rugby at the highest level, but you've also played in 49 first-class cricket matches, representing Yorkshire. You've represented England 29 times, including a 23-6 victory against Australia in '76, all before even being selected to tour with the British and Irish Lions in 1977. Of course, to New Zealand. Made your debut in Masterton and scored your first try of the tour. And then, after all of that, you're selected to start the first test. Wow. Right, so I have a couple of questions. The first one I'm going to ask now, right? The first one now, and then the second one at the end. Is that okay?
Good. Yes, fine.
Happy days. So, can you tell me, how did you find out that you had been selected to tour to New Zealand?
I'm not 100% sure, but it will either have been a telephone call to myself at home, or it will have been a postcard when little postcards used to come out, because they definitely happened when you got your card for England, playing for England. But I have a feeling possibly, I might be wrong, it was the phone call, but one of the two.
Definitely one of the two.
Anyway.
Well, that's pretty cool. No shout outs on social media or anything like that?
Social media, we didn't know whether that existed or not really. There was something like a big brick telephone at one point, but I think that was after the Lions tour. Yeah. Remember that the Lions tour was in 1977, which is 44 years ago, I believe.
And 1 year before I was born.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Doing that.
So, Pete, and as we begin, I can't start without, of course, mentioning your birthday this week. Do you mind me asking how old you're going to be?
70 years of age.
70 years of age, a grand old age, and you don't look a day over 35.
Thank you very much.
When you blow your candles out then, on your cake, I'm assuming you're going to have a cake. When you blow your candles out, can you tell us what you're going to wish for? Actually, no, don't say it out loud, because then it won't come true. Let's just hope the Lions bring it home for you after the third test.
I certainly don't want to jinx it, so I'll say nothing, but I think you know what I'm waiting.
Alright, happy days, let's go with that. Let's get started then. So we've got a series of club member questions that have all been submitted. First question then, what was it like facing the Haka?
Awesome, I think is one word to describe it. It's even when I'm watching internationals on television, watching the All Blacks, the hairs on the back of my neck raise up, and it still is something quite special. When you're actually there, 20 yards away from the pink tongues coming out and the rolling eyes, it is quite awesome. But what you have to do is keep putting it down into saying, come on, we've only got another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we start it, we'll get on with the game, and then it's just a game then.
Ah, see. I can only imagine. I've been lucky enough to see the Haka once. Actually, it was drowned out by Swing Low. It was at Twickenham, and I must have been 200 metres from it. I can't imagine what it would have been like to be so close. So, second question then. Will the 2021 Lions be successful in South Africa? And are you brave enough to give us a prediction for the third test?
I think it's been amazing that the tour has gone ahead, and there's an awful lot of pressure on both sides, both the Lions and the Springboks, and they've really achieved an awful lot in getting 2 games going, and there's been an absolute total commitment in those 2 games. It has been immense. Now, the third and final one, it's everything goes for this last
everything
one.
To play for, isn't it?
Yes, I can't imagine the pressure on them. The forward battle is really what it's going to be all about. I'm sure goal kicking will be another big factor, and we just have to hope that we can get some forward going ball, get ahead of the ball game, and take chances.
So we're hoping for the forwards provide the platform. I guess perhaps we're hoping that the backs don't kick it away quite as much.
I think there'll be a team strategy, and I think there will be some kicking. I think there probably has to be, but there's kicking and good kicking, and let's hope it's good kicking. But it will be nice if we can just get some good quality ball going forward, and there's some great talent in the backs, and if we can get that some good quick ball, and then there's a chance that we can really score tries with it.
What strategies would you have used to keep injuries to a minimum, that enabled you to play into your 40s?
I think the onus really was on yourself to keep yourself reasonably fit. You had your 2 club nights at your club, Ripon or Harrogate, or Yorkshire's training night, whenever it was. England would have a session maybe on a weekend, 1 month, something like that. They'd have a get-together on the Thursday afternoon as you arrived, and a walkabout on the Friday morning. But so really, it was up to you yourself to keep yourself in match fitness.
Bit of like a lot of self-discipline there in managing your own fitness.
Yes, very much so.
And you would have had to do that whilst being full-time employed?
Yes, originally I was a PE teacher at Harrogate Grammar School, which helped keep me active and mobile.
Right.
I played a little bit of rugby with the 6th form. So yes, I was working full time, but the school gave me time off for either get-togethers or tours, fortunately.
Okay, good. So, do you think media in general has impacted on how the players tour on and off the field in the present day compared to when you were on tour? And would you prefer to tour then, or would you like to tour now?
I think most definitely the media has interfered. We had reporters coming with us who followed us around, were often staying in the same hotel, and there was a little bit of understanding that there will be some socialising, some relaxing a bit,
of course,
and if the press were to be involved in the circle of players, then that sort of thing shouldn't be repeated in the press. It was nothing. It was mainly the Saturday night, which was the lively night, like most rugby clubs and areas.
Nice and sensible on the school nights.
Yes,
And
very much so.
I suppose as well, if you toured for for quite a long time, you will have actually got to know the press guys. To a certain extent, you would have been quite friendly, I would imagine.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, I mean they're really in a similar position to yourself.
Yeah.
You're away from family and children, schools, and work and things like that. For the 1977 Lions tour was 3.5 months we were away. So the press are in a similar position.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the more they can mix with us and socialise, then the better.
To a certain extent, the more you feel at ease, I guess. The better the reports are all round.
Yes, and I think it helps that it helps them to understand the game or to why you're doing certain things in the game. So it was a two-way situation.
Okay. So on or off the pitch then, can you tell us what your most memorable moment of the 1977 tour was?
I mean, it had to be the team meeting when the team was announced and there my name was on the list and selected for the Lions, 1977.
For the first test.
I mean, that's the pinnacle of rugby. That's what I'd always dreamed about, but never imagined.
The hairs on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
That. Oh.
Yeah, so
it's amazing.
Yes, that was tremendous. That was really what it was all about. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. What we're going to do now is just going to take a short break, and then we'll come back and do the second part.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.